I'm late to the party, but tc2 recently got an update called the Executive Update. There's been so many things that have been added and changed that I want to cover. However, there's something that needs to be addressed. The detonator. It's here and it's ready to get some sick frags. Let's take a step back for a second. This update is huge, and I don't feel like covering all of it since there's already tons of videos that go over the update in its entirety. Then what's the point of the video, you may ask? Well, I just want to talk about my thoughts on this update. So, let's talk weapons. Like I said earlier, the detonator is in the game and it's really fun to use. It does horrible damage, but as we all know, everyone's only going to be using it for jumping around. The knockback from the detonator actually sends you pretty far, which makes it easier to get sick frags. Now Brute got two new miniguns, those being the Ludmilla and the M249. The M249 changes up Brute's playstyle massively, allowing him to be revved up indefinitely. This makes it a good pair with the boxing gloves, especially since the M249 is more accurate. On the other hand, Ludmilla isn't as good compared to the M249 stat-wise. However, you can pair the Ludmilla up with the Robar and be able to use it more effectively, basically doubling the amount of health you gain back from shooting someone. The last new weapon that was added was for Agent. Now, to everyone who enjoys Agent, this may be exciting. However, the new weapon, which is the Silenced Pistol, how can I say this in a nice way? Well, it sucks. Big time. The damage it does is pitiful, and when it does okay damage, you're practically hugging your enemy, at which point backstabbing would be more optimal. It's okay, I guess. Just don't expect too much from it. After talking about new weapons, I feel as if I should mention the buttload of changes to the pre-existing weapons. Now there were a lot, so I'll only be covering the ones that I want to. First change was with the Ammo Hog, which now has a 25% faster equip speed. Now I did make a video all about the Ammo Hog, but it got nerfed right after I uploaded it. Kind of sus, I know. Anyways, back onto topic, when the Ammo Hog got nerfed, it basically became a shell of its former self. The damage output was normal, but when they initially nerfed it, they took away the faster equip speed, so it just became a somewhat downgraded stock, with nothing making it special. But with the faster equip speed back, I do see it being used more often now. The Double Trouble got buffed also, or I could say rebalanced. The damage penalty went from 50% to 35%. However, the blast radius was reduced, and it also got a 66% slower reload time. Even with this, the Double Trouble is better compared to the pre-balance. Still compared to stock, Double Trouble is better at close range, but sucks at long range. So I think they did a fairly good job with this one. Before I got into Agent, I used to play a lot of Troper, so I was surprised to see that Troper got a huge nerf. The Mantread's nerf doesn't matter, it's all about the Market Gardener. They've added a 20% damage vulnerability when equipped. What this basically means is that with the Market Gardener, you can be quickscoped and then body shotted, while without it you can't. This also means that you're now basically left with 1 HP when hit with a direct hit, which if you had lived, you could have gotten the Gardener. With all that explained, you may think that Chopper is dead and that I don't support nerfing Chopper. But that's where you're wrong. Chopper is still stupid good, video on that later, and I think it deserves a harsher nerf. Flying around the map and one-shotting almost every class in the game with a shovel isn't that fun to play against. And to all the people who say, well, hitting air shots is easy. No, die. Try hitting an air shot on a Chopper going Mach 5 at you. There's a fairly good chance that you can't, and especially sucks when they can just do this. There's no possible situation where you win this. You either die, or just die. I'm not sure how they nerf Chopper, but my first guess would be nerfing the damage output, or at least making it easier for them to lose their crit. I've talked about weapons for the majority of the video, but I'd like to go over some general changes made to the game. Overall, the game looks way nicer and runs smoother than it would normally. Besides looks and weapons, they've added a new mechanic that's been way past due. Just sit back and watch. Look at this. You can now air blast stickies. This has been in the works for a long time, and I'm glad it's finally here. Though I don't play a lot of arsonists, this change is still a welcomed one. I suppose because of the physics added for this, you end up with stuff like this. Yeah, this is really dumb, and it happens almost everywhere on any map. I'm not sure exactly what the cause of this is, but it's not fun. Anyways, new maps were added to the game, all looking very good. And the footage you're watching? It's all done on the newly implemented free cam. Me and others have been waiting on this for ages, and I can't wait to see how other people will use free cams in their videos. But for now, that's all the things I wanted to cover in this video. This update has been amazing and it's been fun to play. I really think Rolf did a good job on this. So that's it for the video. Make sure to like and subscribe.
What?